Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So, in our previous class, we have discussed about the kinetic theory of matter. Particularly, we covered a few points for the liquids. Okay, what are the characteristics of the liquids? So, the last point we discussed there was liquids have only one free surface area. Only one free surface area is possible for liquids. Next, the intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules of the liquids is weaker than that of the solids. Thus, liquids can flow from higher level to lower level. Obviously, the intermolecular forces of attraction of the liquids is higher or lower than the solids?
Lower.
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 Yes.
Lower.
Intermolecular forces of attraction. In the case of the liquids, it is less than the solids. Yes. Therefore, the liquids can flow from higher level to lower level. Okay. So, the reason why liquids flow, okay, if you have to give a fundamental reason why liquids are able to flow, that is because their intermolecular forces of attraction are weaker than that of the solids. Next, the intermolecular space in liquids are larger than in solids. Yes, that is also correct. Intermolecular space of the liquids is larger than in the solids. Now we will try how the kinetic theory is able to explain these points. Okay. Now, according to kinetic theory of matter, molecules or particles of liquids are loosely packed. Compared to the solids, there is a greater space between the molecules of the liquid. As the number of molecules per unit volume is lesser, liquids have lower densities. Okay. Density. Density is what?
Mass per unit volume.
Mass per unit.
Mass per unit.
So, in solid, there is more mass per unit volume as compared to liquids. Okay. So, therefore, liquids have lower densities. Because of the availability of the space between the molecules, we can compress the liquids more on applying pressure. Similarly, greater expansion in liquids also take place on heating. Okay. It is quite easy, right? It's straightforward. Okay. So, two states of matter we have discussed. Now, the third state of matter is the gases. Okay. Obviously, gases, they have no definite shape or volume. Okay. But mass is definite. Next, they fill the entire space of the container in which they are enclosed. Now, what does it mean? For
That
example,
means if there is 1 gram of gas, then it is powered into 10 gram of container, then also it will fill the container.
okay, you told 1 gram of gas in.
Actually, I want to say kg, but by mistake I said gram.
No problem. Okay, let us make it kg. 1 kg of gas in 10 kg of container. Okay. If 1 kg of gas is there in a container, okay, it will occupy the complete container. If 1 kg of gas is there in 100 kg container, then what is going to happen? It will occupy the complete 100.
So that 100 kg will be occupied.
Then it will be occupied completely.
You see here, you should you should be careful about the units that you use. Okay, should be very careful. Units. A person who is educated in science should know what is the meaning of the units. Okay, a person who is not educated in science can use different units for different things, no problem. Okay, now you see there is a very much difference is there. Here you should not use kg. When I say 1 kg of gas, what does it mean? Can I weigh 1 kg of gas? Can you take the weight 1 kg of any gas? How will you take the weight of 1 kg of gas?
Sir, we can take it in a container, then we will take it.
Okay, for example, you know the weight of the container, and then you filled the gas in that one and you sealed it. And after that, you saw that how much increasing weight is there. By that, you told that this much weight of gas is there in the container. Yes, that can be done. Do you think that is the more better way to represent, or if you say volume is more better? For example, 1 liter of carbon dioxide gas and 10 liter of CO2 gas. Okay, whether both of these will have the same mass?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Think about it. Think about it. I have one cylinder which is 1 liter capacity. Another cylinder is 10 liter capacity. Okay. Can I fill the same amount of gas in both of these?
No, sir, you have to power one gas into 10 liter, then it will become 10 liter. Yeah, it will occupy the space. It will not possible that you directly give the gas, means you cannot maintain the same gases in both the container.
What this fellow is telling in this one, they fill the entire space of the container in which they are enclosed. So if I take 1 gram of the gas in 1 liter of the cylinder, it will also take the complete volume, and if I put the same 1 gram of the gas in 10 liter, then also it will occupy the complete volume.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means what? When we are talking about gases, the volume is something which depends on the container. Okay, okay, volume depends on the container, not its own. What it is, its own is the mass. Okay, its own is the mass, whereas the volume will depend upon the container. So that is what the second point is telling. It will fill the entire space of the container in which it is enclosed. So the volume depends on the container. Okay. Next point. They have very low densities. Yes, obviously they have very low density, because mass by volume, if you take, it is much less than even the liquid. Very less amount of gas will be there in a given volume. They exhibit greater expansion on heating compared to solids and liquids. Yes. So if you heat a gas and you heat a liquid, for example, I have 1 liter of water, okay, and in another one I have 1 liter of water vapor. Okay, I heat both of them. Both of them I have heated. Okay, same amount of heat I have given to both of them. Do you think any difference will be there in their behavior?
Yes, sir.
So once you can again say the question.
Okay, I have ice, water, and water vapor. Okay, ice is solid. Okay, this is liquid water is there in a beaker, and I have water vapor that is closed inside a container. I am providing equal amount of heat to all these three. Okay, say 1 calorie per mole. Okay, forget about mole. Now we will see. 1 calorie of heat we are providing, equal amount of heat I have given to all. So all of them, they will expand or not? The molecules, whether they are going to expand.
So but in
Yes, sir.
solid the expansion will be less as compared to liquid, and gas and liquid it will be less as compared to the gas.
That means all of them are going to expand. Point number one, all of you are agreeing, all will expand.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that means
Yes,
when we
sir.
are providing the heat, then the kinetic energy will increase, because all of you know that the kinetic theory of matter, what it is telling, the average kinetic energy of the particle of matter depends directly upon the
Temperature.
temperature and
Temperature.
pH. Okay. So I am providing some amount of heat, equal amount of heat. So it will only depend on that one. The ice, whatever the molecules are there, they will move apart. Water also, they will move apart. But who is going to move most apart? So if we have to write in the
Gases.
increasing order.
In the increasing order, gases will only move apart, because in the book also it is written the solids slightly expand on heating.
Okay, so can we write like this? Expansion. Okay, all of them are not going to expand the same degree. All of them are going to expand different degrees. Ice is going to expand less for the same amount of heat as compared to water and as compared to gas. Expansion is going to be more in the case of the gas. Okay, so you have followed. Anything you have doubt in this one? You can take another example. For example, petrol. Okay, if you take petrol, give the same amount of heat. Okay, and you take camphor, give the same amount of heat, and you take the LPG cylinder gas in a container, give the same amount of heat. Which of them will show greater expansion? The gas will always show the greater expansion. Okay, you see, when we say LPG cylinder, liquefied petroleum gas. Okay, this petroleum gas is there, it is liquefied because it is in more pressure. So down there you can feel that there is some liquid is there. Okay, and this part will be there in the gas, upper the gas will be there. So as you release the pressure, Okay, as you release the pressure, the gas will be coming out. Okay, the liquid will be converted into gas. Suppose someone says that the cylinder is empty. Okay, no more gas is coming. In an empty cylinder, if I provide some heat, whatever little bit residual liquid may be there, do you think it is going to come outside? That liquid,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that liquid will convert into the gas phase. Okay, the gas will expand further because of the heat. The gas will expand further compared to the liquid. The gas will expand further and it will come out. Okay, but don't try at home. Next, the they exhibit greater expansion on heating. Yes, fine. They are highly compressible on applying pressure. Obviously, okay. So you can provide more and more pressure and convert this gas into a liquid and a liquid into a solid. Okay, that is possible. Intermolecular spaces in gas are very large as compared to solids and liquids. Yes, I think by now everyone is very clear about this point. Intermolecular spaces are very large in gases. They do not have any free surface. Okay, no free surface. Gases have no free surface, liquids have only one free surface, and solids can have how many free
Many
surfaces?
free surfaces.
Any number of free
Many
surfaces.
free surfaces.
Many free surfaces. Any number of free
Any number of free surfaces.
are possible. Yes.
Sir, and liquid have only one free surface.
The liquid have only one free surface. The intermolecular forces are negligible in the case of gas. Okay. This is also a very important point. Intermolecular forces of, or simply you can say intermolecular forces are negligible. Negligible. Okay, they are negligible in the case of gas. This is a very important assumption. In your class 9, you will study about the kinetic theory of gases. Separate chapter will be the kinetic theory of gases. Okay, for that the main assumption is that we are not studying more in detail about the kinetic theory of solids, kinetic theory of liquids, but we are very much interested about the kinetic theory of gases. Okay, and in that one there are many laws are there, Charles law, Boyle's law, all these things we will study in the later higher classes. Okay, but the fundamental for that one is what? That the intermolecular forces are negligible in the case of a gas. Okay. So all of these properties that we have seen can be explained by the kinetic theory. Okay. Okay. Next. In page 5 of your textbook, there is a diagram. Okay. In which change of the interconversion of the matter is shown. So just like energy can be converted from one form to another, matter can also be converted from one form to another. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. So there are three states of matter. So we draw the three circles. Okay. Liquid, solid, and gas. And we will show the molecules. In the case of solid, the molecules are very tightly packed. Very tightly packed. In the case of liquid, they are slightly away from each other. And in the case of gas, they are too far. Okay, very far. So that the attraction between the molecules, intermolecular forces between the molecules are negligible. The conversion of solid to liquid is known as
Liquidification.
this is a new term. We don't come across this
So
one.
the conversion of solid to liquid is melting.
The conversion of the solid to liquid is called fusion. Okay, this is a new term. You don't come across this very common. It's not a very common term. Conversion of the solid to liquid is fusion. Okay. But liquid to solid is the solidification. So there is a term called fusion. We say fusion of ice. Okay. In your further chapters, you will also come across this term that is known as the heat of fusion of ice. Okay. That means what it will mean? Fusion of ice. Conversion of the
Conversion of ice to water.
water. Okay, so how much amount of heat energy is required to convert the ice to water? Okay, so we will say that is the heat of the fusion of ice. Solidification. So the liquid form is there that has to be converted into a solid. So whether you will provide energy or you will remove the energy from the system. Conversion of the liquid to solid is a solid.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Conversion of the liquid to solid. Whether it will involve supplying the heat energy or it will involve removing the heat energy.
So removing the heat energy.
So removing heat energy.
So when you remove heat energy, it will get cooled down and therefore the liquid water will convert into ice. Solidification.
Yes, sir.
Liquid to gas. Conversion of the liquid to gas is known as vapor.
Vaporization.
Right?
So vaporization.
Yeah, that is quite. Liquid is going to convert to gas. Okay, you can write ZATIO1 or SATIO1. That is English and British English. That doesn't US English and British English doesn't matter. Both of them are okay. Vaporization. Yeah, vaporization. Okay. Conversion of the liquid to gas. So sometimes we inhale steam. Okay, steam inhalation. So liquid will convert into gas as you are boiling. Vapors, vaporization. Gas is converting into liquid. Okay. Water vapor is converting into water. That process we say is
So condensation.
condensation. Condensation of water or condensation of any solvent. Different liquids are there. So after heating, okay, they become gas, but once you cool, they can again become into liquid. We say it is condensed, becoming condensed. The conversion of the gas to solid.
Sublimation.
Sublimation.
Yeah, and solid to gas. For both in your textbook,
Sublimation.
for both it is given as sublimation. That is a solid to gas. Solid to gas. Sublimation. Example, solid to gas.
Camphor.
Camphor is the best example. Okay. Sublimation. And the gas to solid.
Desublimation.
Desublimation.
Okay, here also it is given as a sublimation in the textbook, but you can write it as a more appropriate term is the deposition. The gas is converting into solid. Okay, it is forming a kind of a deposit. Deposition. Solid. Okay. So if there is a camphor gas and you are reducing the temperature, it is converting into solid form, then we say deposition. Okay. So in this way, when you convert one state of matter to another state, the change of matter, the state of matter, different terms are there. Okay, solid to liquid, fusion. Okay, these are new terms. Huh? Most of them you know, vaporization, condensation, sublimation also I think is very common. Most of you know solidification. Two new terms are there. That is a fusion and deposition. Okay, fusion. Solid into liquid is fusion, and gas to solid is deposition. Okay. So in our next class, we will discuss more detail about how this interconversion of the state of matter can be explained by the kinetic theory. Okay, and whatever we have written here, okay, we will tell a bit more details. We will go into more details of that one. Okay, particularly we should also know that what exactly is boiling, what is the boiling point, what is freezing point. So we know them as a term, but we should know them more properly in a scientific way what it means. Okay, we will see all this in the next class. Any doubts you have, you can ask. Okay, then I will see you all in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.